Good morning, friends. I finally left Montanita. I made it to Vilcabamba after quite the. It took an extra day to get out of Montanita. The tickets were sold out, and I'm not surprised. Montanita's a tough place to leave. It took an overnight bus to Vilcabamba from Guayaquil. Took a while. My sleep schedule is totally messed up. I need way more sleep. I couldn't sleep on the bus because I'm used to going to bed at 5 in the morning, and I didn't even get to Vilcabamba till about 7:30. And so then I go check in my hotel, try to take a nap. My buddy Joey, who's crashing right over here, is calls me up, is like, dude, you got to come to this meeting. It's about complementary currencies. There's lots of cool people you need to meet. I'm like, of course I'm down, even though I needed the sleep so bad. And so, my God, did I meet some cool people. I'm just going to talk about these people so that I don't forget them. Because obviously there's Joseph and Joe, who are really cool guys. I've talked about them enough already on the vlog, right? Then we have Susan, who's kind of like the leader down here. She's this ESTJ alpha female who's just got a lot of energy, and she's kind of the boss and kind of knows everyone in Vilcabamba. Then there's Kitsia, who's ESTP. She's like a radio show host. She's like the like farmer version of Alex Jones down here. She's trying to make major changes. She's starting this permaculture farm. She's got all sorts of really cool things going on, working with the elderly. She's from Mexico, and she's been farming for 20 years, and she has this social, like, justice attitude that's just awesome. And she's making major changes in Vilcabamba. And Joseph and Joe are supporting her. So she's going to be a major piece of their future projects. Then there's Dennis, her partner, who's an ISFJ, really sweet, quiet guy. He had some amazing things to say when he does talk, right? He's a Belgian biologist, and he came up with this phrase, which I'm going to steal from him the rest of my life. Surrender to the flow. I'm going to use that so much in tarot card readings, it's not even funny. And then there's Alicia, there's this pair, Alicia and David, and I'd never met them before. I had met Kitsa and Dennis last time I was here. But Alicia is this ENFJ, healer, raw foodist, like plant medicine kind of girl. She was 70% self-sustainable in Canada. She's growing her own food and just taking care of herself completely. Really amazing. And she met this other guy named David, who's an INTP. He's an Eddie, and he was this really cool shaman dude who shaman is what they say, and he worked for Cafe Gratitude down in San Francisco, and he's all about his stuff down here. He's taken over the spa in Madre Tierra and the kitchen. They're going to build like a raw food kind of kitchen thing in this beautiful setup that they have here called Madre Tierra, which is like a spa. They have, there's so many beautiful places down here for people like me, for hippies, for gringo hippies. This Vilcabamba is paradise for gringo hippies. Then there was Chris, who was the main person we were supposed to meet. He's a really cool dude from Brooklyn who has dedicated his life basically to trying to figure out how to get complementary currencies into our hands. He talks a lot about this thing called slow money. He's on the board of that, and there's a lot of other opportunities that come about for complementary currency. So many, in fact, and I'll get there. But there's more people. Chris is and he's also from a composting toilet family. So they have he told me a lot about composting toilets and how toilets are have saved the world from a lot of disease, and how basically like diseases form when feces and water mix together. And so, if you take the water away, no problem, but then you have to deal with the water. Otherwise, if you don't use water and you use sawdust and you compost it, It works great. You don't need a septic system. You don't need a sewer. Really cool stuff. Man, this video is getting long. I'm so sorry. Okay, so then there was Meryl. Meryl is really cool. She was from Ashland, and they actually did get like a complimentary currency thing going in Ashland, and lots of cool stuff. Like I'm gonna have to research it a little bit more and put some links on there, see what Ashland is doing. But they said that the main way that they got in is through businesses and spiritual healers. Spiritual healers will use it instead of money because they hate money. And spiritual healers are actually, they think, what's going to push this into existence. Then there's Karen. Karen, I met her on the second meeting on complementary currencies. And she was this really Scottish esoteric trainer. Like, she trained people in different massage techniques, different lots of things. And she went to a bunch of transition towns, and she gave me, she's all about the divine feminine, which Susan is also all about. And she talked about some different resources like Let's, which is a local exchange trading system, and that I need to research. And then the art of mentoring and waking the dreamer. These are all just like programs that they've worked on. So I need to research these programs, and I'll put some links up on the blog. The complementary currency, some other things that Mary Lee came up with were a time bank where everyone's hour is worth the same, and so if people dedicate hours to each other, it's just kind of keeping track of. And then that's like a form of labor, so everyone's hour is worth the same no matter what kind of labor you're doing. And this was done in Ashland, and they got it going on right now. Then they have community-supported enterprises, which is like community-supported agriculture, except they bring funding in from, so like people will support a business, so the business doesn't have to get a loan from a bank. They'll just support the business early, and then they'll buy the materials or whatever, and then, pay them back in products. So the community is supporting the people, in advance, kind of like the CSA bins. There's another thing called Kickstart, which I think I've heard of something similar, where people can put out a proposal, and then they will, other people can fund them. Lots of people can group together to fund them, or anything like that. Basically, the whole point, there's another thing called the soul of money that I need to research, but the whole point of this talk to me came down to the fact that they're trying, because I'm a staunch Austrian economist, so obviously I believe money serves a purpose, and everyone here also believes that. Oh, thank you so much. But they want to turn, oh man, just broke a glass, guys. Hey, this is real, no editing. They want to turn transactions into more about people than about currency, which totally understandable. And that's the problem. That's a deep problem, I think, with when you have to trade money with people. There's this weird awkwardness that occurs, and it's because it's all of a sudden becomes more about money than people. And no transaction between two people should be more about the money. But that's what something weird happens with money, especially if you have read Free, which I'll link to the blog. There's like a difference of a transaction when there's something about when it's free and no money's involved, and then when money's involved, there's this weird perversion. And I don't understand it, because I believe money serves an amazing purpose. Indirect exchange is really important for a complex society, but yet money still is this weird mystery, and I've spent a lot of time researching it, and I don't know if I'll ever get there. But one day in the future, I'll put links to all these things I talked about in the blog. For now, I'm going to put up links that I know about money, so that people can educate themselves. Sorry for this long video, guys. It was a long day, so enjoy your life. I'll enjoy mine. I'm going to be in a farm for 2 weeks. I don't know how my internet's going to be. See you guys.